Friends, we are so excited you decided to start your day with us. My name is Harry. I serve as the Associate Director of Programs, and this morning I'm joined by
Riley, and I am the Associate Director for Environmental Stewardship and Education.
We're here to kick off the great Camp Give. It's going to be a great day. Before we get into the fun and festivities, though, we wanted to take a moment to acknowledge the storms that have ravaged the Southeast over the past several days. We're going to do a lot of fun things today, but we know that these people are in our hearts. We hope you'll be able to do whatever you can to help, whether it be financially, through prayer. Let's make sure we're keeping these people front mind. It's going to be a long road back, and we want to let them know that they're with us. Thank you for that. I'm personally excited to be back for the morning show. I was gone last year on a sabbatical. It was a great time. I did miss the morning show, but now I get to be back in my co-host chair, and I get to introduce Riley. Riley is a longtime member of the Camp Hanover team, but a fairly recent addition to our year-round staff. She has moved into her role. And Riley, what's been going on in this role for you? Have you anything amusing happened? Anything just really stand out to you? Tell us what you've been up to.
Absolutely. You know, working with kids, working with animals, and working at camp is always quite the experience. But I think one of my favorite experiences so far this summer, we had a cookout that was going on with some of our campers. And all of a sudden, I heard one of our staff members say, "Friends, we don't put baby frogs in our backpacks." At this point, we then realized 7 different kids had baby frogs in their backpacks. We figured out, hey friends, we're gonna leave the baby frogs outside of our backpacks so that way they're not, having some issues in there. It could be a little tough for them to breathe. So we got the frogs out, thought everything was okay. The next morning, one of our kids pulls up to be dropped off, and the parent says, just wanna let you know, this kid did bring home a baby frog in their backpack last night. So don't know how long that was in there, but that was definitely quite an experience.
Oh, kids, am I right? Wondering, does that mean are we gonna institute a backpack screening now for day camp?
I think we might need to. Might need to look into clear backpacks for sure.
So I know instead of metal detectors, we're gonna have frog detectors on our backpacks.
Absolutely.
Friends, also wanted to take a moment to share a little bit. We had another great summer here at Camp Hanover. One of the things that made it so wonderful was the amazing staff that we had. This was my 21st summer of camp, and this was, if not my favorite staff, it was definitely way, way up there. This was a group of folks, if you've not worked at a summer camp, it is hard work. They are long days. As wonderful as kids can be, we know they can be a little bit challenging at times. And this staff just continued to give and give and give, much like we hope you'll consider giving today. But these folks really were amazing. They loved on kids, and we really had a great time. We talked a little bit about today and what that's going to look like. At this point, we're going to go ahead and bring on our first guest. And so, Riley, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Absolutely. I am so excited to welcome you all, to welcome our next guest up on stage. He is a renowned speaker here for the Great Camp Give, very well known. Please welcome to the stage our Executive Director, Doug Walters.
Well, good morning, Riley.
Good morning, Doug. How are you doing today?
I am doing very well. How are you doing?
Great. So glad to have you here.
It's early.
Yeah,
It's definitely early for me.
A little bit early.
I'm a bit of a night owl, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I see you've got something on here right now.
I do. I've got a pair of sunglasses. And in fact, I've got a gift for you.
Wow.
I have a pair for you
Great.
as well.
This is what I've always wanted. Wow, this is fantastic.
They look good on you. They look good on you.
Thank you.
Now, you may be curious why I brought you some sunglasses.
Yeah, why? I'd love for you to tell us a little bit more about this year's theme of the Great Camp Give.
Well, this year's theme is why I brought you sunglasses. Because what we're going to be doing this year is we're going to be looking back at sunny summertime memories and the shining impact that Camp Hanover has had over this last 67 years. And hopefully, if we reach our goals today, we're going to be looking ahead to a bright future for Camp Hanover. A future so bright that we got to wear shades.
Look at that. Isn't that great, everybody? We're wearing shades.
We're wearing shades today. We're wearing shades. Yeah.
So, Doug, tell us a little bit more. Why should we give during the Great Camp Give? Why?
Well, this is one of the best opportunities for friends and fans of Camp Hanover to support this ministry that we all love and that has made a huge change in a lot of our lives and things like that. These glasses are falling off my nose. It's an exciting time. Over the last The last 4 years, if we look back at when the Great Camp Give started, it started at the height of the pandemic. And over that time, there's been such an outpouring of generosity. It's absolutely astounding what folks have been able to do through their gifts, through their kindness for Camp Hanover. Over the last 4 years, each year, over $100,000 has been donated to camp to support the ministry, to help us get stronger and create a lot of dynamic programming and take care of the site and the facilities. And altogether, it was about $457,000 so far that's been donated in the last 4 years. And so this is really exciting because we're about to hit a big milestone. Our goal today is to raise $43,000. And if we do that, we are going to break through the $500,000 mark, which again, the generosity of the folks that support camp is just truly amazing. And so that's a huge milestone for us. Now, the other reason that this is an exciting time is because during the Great Camp Give, and this only happens once a year, we have what we call matching funds. When you make a gift, your gift gets doubled. It gets matched dollar for dollar. We've had a couple of really, really generous, kind people have pledged to match every donation today, dollar for dollar. So for folks who want to make a difference, every gift matters, every dollar matters because your impact goes twice as far. We can serve more kids, we can have more campfires, we can have more s'mores. Dollar for dollar, it gets matched. So again, really, really exciting. The other thing though, it's fun. It's a celebration. We've got a whole bunch of different like shenanigans and hijinks that we'll be doing throughout the day. Another thing is you can win fabulous prizes.
Wow.
Fabulous prizes. Just by donating, you can be entered in some drawings. There's some social media challenges that we have. And it's just going to be a fun time. We're gonna laugh a little bit. We're going to wear goofy sunglasses, and that's what it is. And it's a pure celebration. You've probably made some relationships along the way. You've got lifelong friends that you've met and worked with. The Great Camp Give is always an opportunity to rekindle those connections. It's an opportunity to share with everybody the impact that those close friends, those counselors, those campers have made on you. It's an opportunity to share how camp has transformed, how camp has shaped you. And we just, again, a nice, joyful opportunity to celebrate this legacy, this shining, bright legacy that Camp Hanover has given so many of us.
Doug, I have a question for you. Your people sent this to us. We got this in the mail. I'm not exactly sure what this is for here.
Well, one of the fun things we have going on today are these mystery eggs. At each point that we hit a milestone, if we're able to raise $10,000, there is a mystery egg that's going to be opened. And inside, there's going to be some sort of prize. Okay? Now, I know a little bit about what's inside the first 4. Okay? One of the things, again, because the future is so bright and we've got to wear shades, everyone that donates today, as a token of our thanks and gratitude, we're gonna send you a pair of Camp Hanover sunglasses. When we hit 10,000, we'll reveal the first model, the first style of sunglasses. If we're able to get to $20,000, there will be 2 styles of sunglasses to choose from if you donate. If we get to $30,000, a 3rd style. So there'll be 3 options for donors to choose from if we get there. If we get to the goal, if we reach $43,000, we'll have a 4th style that you can choose from, and we'll send that to you as a thank you. Now after that, if we're fortunate enough, if folks are generous and keep giving beyond that, there are, I guess, 6 more mystery eggs. And inside those, everyone that donates today will get entered in a drawing for whatever prize is inside the mystery eggs. So keep checking back to see what eggs we crack open and what surprises are inside. And we'll see how many of these we can open up throughout the day. And again, everybody that participates today is going to be entered in a drawing to win all of the prizes that are inside of the mystery eggs.
Wow, that's very exciting. So you hear that? Lots of
Be careful,
prizes and
don't drop
everything.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
so-
gonna place this back down very
Okay,
gently.
very gently.
Alrighty, so we are going to be talking a little bit more about what's going on today. We have all kinds of things coming up for you. We have baby chicks. We're going to have some updates throughout our day during that time. And we're going to have all kinds of really fun things happen throughout our day today. So make sure you're checking in to be able to hear a little bit more about that. We also are going to be talking a little bit more about our MVP program. The MVP program is the Mission Vocation Practice Program. These MVPs come to camp and they get the opportunity to do all kinds of cool things. They are serving us here at Camp Hanover. They are instructors for our after-school program. They help out around camp and just keep this place the most amazing place that it possibly can be, which is such an awesome experience and such a great thing for them to get to do. They also get to host on the weekends, so they do some servant leadership as well as making sure that this place just stays beautiful. They help out with our animals. They, just make this place the way that it is, which is such an awesome thing. They also, like I said, get to serve as instructors for our chase program, which is really a big part of what they get to do. And they also have some special and different kinds of programs that they do throughout the year as well, like our they can participate in things like homecoming and winter camp and things like that. They just really become a part of camp and all of the things that happen here. So we are going to get a little bit more of a look behind the scenes of what the MVP program looks like and what that looks like throughout how we get them to become MVPs here at Camp Hanover. So I'm going to turn it over to Harry, and he is going to tell us a little bit more about that and have a fun game for us now.
Good morning again, everyone, and welcome to Who Wants to Be an MVP? As Riley mentioned, this is a pretty amazing program. We've had some really great young adults over the last several years, and so we thought we'd give you a little sneak peek behind the scenes at the rigorous process that goes into choosing who our MVPs are each year. And so this year we have 3 candidates. Candidate number 1, tell us your name and why do you think you'd be a good MVP?
My name is Naomi, and I think I'd be a good MVP just because I have animal experience already. I do also have experience with working with kids in after-school programs and summer camps as well. And I'm just excited to learn about some new experiences, and I know that the MVP position would be a good place to start to learn that.
Excellent, thank you. Contestant number 2, applicant number 2. Why do you think you'd be a good MVP?
My name's Susan. I think I would be good at MVP because I was at camper here and also staff, so I know a lot about camp, and I'm a dedicated worker and partner.
Awesome, very good, very good. Candidate number 3, what's your name and why would you be a good MVP?
My name is Grayson. Similar to Susan, I went to camp as a kid. I came back this most recent summer as a counselor. I love this place so much I didn't want to leave, so I found a position that would allow me to give this camp a lot more than I already was, and I'm excited for the chance.
Wow, those are all great answers. Thank you all very much. What we're going to do now is I'm going to ask you a couple of questions just to get a sense of how we think you would do if you were to be chosen to be an MVP. So let's start with contestant number 2. If you were showing your best friend around camp, what one place would you be sure to show them?
Definitely the lake.
What is it about the lake?
It's really beautiful. There's a lot of animals down there, and I think there's it's just really nice.
Awesome. That can't go wrong with the lake for sure. Especially now that it's much more accessible with our wheelchair path and a paved road to get down there. Pretty much anyone who comes to camp can get down there and enjoy that beautiful spot. Number 3, Grayson. One of the things that we do a lot at camp are campfires. And so both during summer camp, sometimes MVPs have to host a group and they want a campfire. They work with our after-school kids and we do some cooking with a fire. Can you briefly describe your preferred method for building a campfire?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much just the method that we use at camp. We dig a small trench in the ashes or wherever you're making a fire. You take 2 pretty thick sticks and you lay them in what we call an A-frame. Get a bunch of little small stuff and lay it across like the small bar of an A. Light the small stuff, add small stuff, add fan it, blow on it, just a nice balance of adding fuel and giving it oxygen.
Excellent.
And rising it up to make a big campfire.
Sounds like you've done this once or twice. Sounds great. Naomi, Zimmerman, you've gotten to work with the camp goats in your time here a little bit. Which of the camp goats do you most identify with and why?
I would probably be most identified with either Zeke or even Lily. Probably Lily more just because she always seems to be kind of away from the crowd, but also still close enough where she's still within the group, and I kind of feel like I'm that as a person. I kind of stay away from crowds, but I'm still close enough where I can hear what's going on.
Great answer. Susan, I'll ask you the same question. Which of the goats do you most identify with?
Probably Zeke. Hanging out with everyone, and he'll go up to most of the goats and just play.
We've got to do the trifecta. Grayson, which of the goats do you most identify with?
I'd say Luna. Luna likes to jump out of the enclosure, and I consider myself to be just as much of a free spirit, if you will, as Luna seems to have demonstrated during her time here.
Awesome. Thank you very much. A question that we often use during our staff orientation during the summer. I'm going to start with you, Naomi. If you were a fruit, which camp activity would you most enjoy?
If I were a fruit, I'd probably be watermelon, and so the activity that I would be would probably be something out of the lake.
Interesting.
Just because at the beginning of watermelon is water, and the lake is
I never
also
realized that.
water as well.
How about you, Grayson? If you were a fruit, which camp activity would you most enjoy?
I would be a pear, and I would most enjoy the Lowland games, specifically the caber toss and the relay.
Fantastic. Susan, the Chase program, our after-school program, sometimes we have these activities and you run through them and you have to fill a little bit of time. So I want you to imagine you've gotten done with the activity. It's about 20 minutes left until the kids get picked up. What would you do to fill that time with our Chase kids?
Probably Mud Kitchen. I know a lot of them like that, and it's just out in nature, and I feel like they learn some stuff from that.
Very good answer. Grayson, I'm going to go down to you. What is a hope that you have for the future of camp?
I just hope that more kids are able to come and enjoy it the same way that I did. I know there are a lot less kids, and I would love to see the same amount of kids that were here when I was a camper. I would love for some of the campers that I had this summer to get the chance to come back, because some of them described to me possibly not being financially able to come back the next year, and I just want to make that possible for anyone who wants to come back. Something I really hope for the camp.
Great answer. Susan, what about you? What's a hope you have for the future of camp?
Just to help more kids come here who might not be able to afford it or know about it.
Great. Naomi?
I would just honestly hope that for the future of camp it would always be just kind of home away from home. That's always a safe and kind of welcoming place, just because I know when I went to summer camps, at the summer camp that I grew up at, I always loved going. I was so excited to it, and it was pretty much my home away from home.
Wow, you three have all given some great answers. I don't know how I can possibly choose among you on who gets to be an MVP this year, so do you think we can? I think we can. You're all MVPs! Yeah! We're going to throw it back over to Riley now with a little bit more of an in-depth look at our schedule.
Alrighty, y'all. We are so excited about the day. As you can see, we've got all kinds of fun. We have a full day on tap ahead of us. Doug, tell us a little bit more about what our schedule looks like today.
Well, like I say, it's a full day. We are going to have events going on throughout the day. You can find out more information on the Great Camp Give website, which is www.greatcampgive. No, it is www.camphanover.org/give. You can get to it at greatcampgive.org as well. They're the same site. But you'll see an in-depth schedule there. But basically, almost every hour we have something new that will be streamed on Facebook and YouTube, Instagram. Just be watching all the social media channels. Some of the highlights you can see we've got on the screen here. We're going to kick off our challenges, our social media challenges at 9 a.m. And I'll talk a little bit about them after I go through some of the highlights. But the 1 p.m. we've got a special musical performance. One of our alumni, Elijah Keys, is in an acapella group, and they have they're going to perform a favorite camp tune for us at 1 p.m. So it's going to be really special. Stay tuned for that. What's really exciting about that is Rescore, the name of the group. They are going to be coming here next spring, next summer, spring, summerish time, and doing a performance here that folks can come to and be in the audience too. So a full concert, if you will. So we're really looking forward to that, and this will kind of be their debut or their preview, little sneak peek of Rescore at 1 p.m. The other thing we're going to do is recognize and honor a very special alumni. You know him well, you all out there probably know him well, Mr. Bobby James. Bobby has worked here every summer for, I believe it's 41 summers.
Wow.
And to recognize his service and his love for the camp and all the lives that he has touched and impacted and changed, we have named one of the cabins in his honor. And so what used to be called Cabin 3 has been fully renovated and updated. Really nice looking on the inside. Still looks the same on the outside, but inside it's got a complete makeover, facelift. And we're going to be dedicating that cabin to Bobby James. We had a service earlier in the year, and so we're going to share that with our viewers today to honor Bobby and his incredible service to Camp Hanover. And then a tradition for the Great Camp Give is something we call campfires around the world. If you're yearning for a summer campfire and sing along, at 8 p.m. tonight, we are going to be live streaming a campfire and sing along, and we invite you to join in for that. There'll be information posted on the Great Camp Give website and on social media as to how you can sign up to get in on the Zoom stream and share your favorite tunes, sing along. We'll take requests. We've got some folks from all over the world coming to be a part of that, and yeah, it's just one of the favorite traditions of the Great Camp.
Definitely one of mine.
Yeah. Let's see. I know you have some things going on throughout the day.
Yes,
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we'll have our baby chick updates. We'll be checking out some baby chicks that we have incubating. We'll actually get to see a sneak peek of that in just a second. And we also are going to get the opportunity to see what it looks like for chickens to grow up here at camp. We have 3 generations of chickens being raised here at camp right now, so you'll get to meet them a little bit later today as well.
Yeah, we're highlighting the chicks today because baby chicks represent fresh new beginnings and a hopeful future. And it's just fun to play with the chickens and see part of God's creation and all the creatures and things that call Camp Hanover home.
Absolutely.
The other people that call Camp Hanover home, you just met them, are MVPs. They're going to be engaging in some MVP shenanigans throughout the day, so be sure to tune in to see what they are up to. And as I said, the challenges, the social media challenges. This is really exciting because if we're able to meet these challenges, if we get enough folks to join in and play along and participate in these challenges on social media, some donors have made some pledges for some gifts. If we can, the first one is called the 50 Good Eggs Challenge.
Tell me more about that.
So, well, what that about? We're highlighting our chickens, we're incubating eggs. What we want you to do is go to your fridge and grab an egg, and then take a selfie holding the egg right up next to you. Okay? Put on your best good egg pose. I'm not going to give it all away right now, but get that selfie ready because at 9 a.m. we'll have some instructions what you do with that selfie afterwards. Okay? But if we can get 50 people to do that and share that selfie in the way that we're going to reveal at 9 a.m., 50 people to do that, there's a $2,000 gift that will be given to Camp Hanover just for folks holding up an egg and taking a selfie.
That easy,
You know?
folks, you know.
A couple things that we'll go over this when it's posted, but just remember, include the hashtag GreatCampGive because otherwise we won't know that you made your post. If you participate in that, there's also a drawing for a prize that you will be entered into as well. So camp gets a prize, camp gets a $2,000 gift if we can do this, and everybody who participates also gets put in a drawing for a special prize. The second social media challenge is called I Gotta Wear Shades.
Just like us.
Just like us. It's another selfie challenge. So find a pair of sunglasses, take a selfie wearing sunglasses, and again, tune in at 9 a.m. and we'll tell you what to do with that selfie and how you can help us unlock another challenge gift. It's another $2,000 gift. I mean, it's pretty significant. Just for posting a photo online of that, the camp is looking at receiving $4,000. Just incredible. Just for fun and silly stuff. Wearing sunglasses and things like that. There's all sorts of challenges like that going on. One of the challenges we've tried over the past couple of years, and we have yet to be successful in achieving, but hopefully this year.
I think this year's the year.
Maybe this year's the year. I don't know.
I
It's a
feel
tough
it.
one. It's a tough one. And if you look at the screen up here, you'll see it's the 50 State Challenge. And what we attempt to do is get a donation from every state in the United States. Every state in the United States. You can see there are some states already colored in because it looks like so far that we already have some donations that have been received. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like 7 states. We've got donations from 7 different states. That's a pretty good start. That's a pretty good start. We've averaged between 20 and 30 states over the last 2-3 years that we've been doing this. We're going to see if we can beat that record. So
I think we can beat it.
I know we can
Yeah,
too.
totally.
What you need to do is talk to friends, email, call them up, text them, whatever, that live in other states, and just ask them to make a small donation. Any amount is going to help today, and any amount is going to be matched. And if we can fill that whole map in, there is a $1,000 gift that's going to be given to Camp Hanover for completing the 50 State Challenge. So that's some of the stuff that's planned for today. Again, you can go to the Great Camp Give website, which is right there on the screen, www.camphanover.org/give. You can find out all the information. You can watch the streams, tune in, and of course, you can make your gift in a Louis match.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great day, everybody. Audience, let's get involved and have some fun. We're going to make it a great day. When you're giving today, make sure you go to www.camphanover.com/give.org/give. We'll get it this eventually. And then
My
you can
TV would be
there.
there.
That's how we